Veterans Day is a federal holiday in the United States, but do you know how the day of observance first began? On May 7, 1915, the Lusitania is sunk by a German submarine, killing 1,198 passengers. The United States joins the First World War 2 years later. 4 million Americans served in World War I, 117,000 died. World War I was the deadliest conflict of its time. Years after the war ended, an unknown soldier was buried in Arlington National Cemetery and a ceremony was held to honor his service. In 1926, Armistice Day was established on November 11 to honor the heroism of the soldiers who served in the Great War. After World War I, additional armed conflicts continued. On December 7, 1941, Pearl Harbor is attacked by Japanese planes. 2,403 Americans died. The United States joins the war the next day. 16 million Americans served in World War II, 418,000 died. On June 25, 1950, the North Korean People's Army invaded South Korea. The United States joins the war 2 days later. 7 million Americans served in the Korean War, 4,000 Americans died. On November 1, 1955, North Vietnamese forces invaded South Vietnam. The United States had been fighting 1 year prior. 2,300,000 Americans served in Vietnam. 58,000 Americans died. For many years, Armistice Day was celebrated to honor veterans of World War I, but additional conflicts continued. Armistice Day was modified to Veterans Day to honor those who served in World War I, World War II, and future conflicts. The first official celebration of the newly established Veterans Day took place in 1947 in Birmingham, Alabama. It was organized by a veteran known as Raymond Weeks. He arranged parades and many other activities to acknowledge the men and women who have served in the United States Armed Forces. This single celebration spread nationwide in only a few years. Veterans Day was celebrated in several cities and states. It was officially known as Armistice Day until President Dwight D. Eisenhower passed a bill on November 11, 1954 to formally change it to Veterans Day. 4 years after Veterans Day was organized, 2 more unidentified soldiers were found and transported back to the United States, where they were buried next to the soldiers from World War I. It was declared that the 2 new unidentified soldiers were from World War II and Korean War. Guards from the U.S. 3rd Infantry kept constant vigil over the buried heroes. November 11th remains as a day to recognize the individuals who served in the military and fought for our freedom. We are indebted to them and their heroic actions for keeping our country safe and guarding our freedom. Remember to say thank you to a veteran this November 11th.